right, and we are theoretically live. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. Welcome to the VOD, hopefully. If not, welcome to Adam's delusions of being live.
We're back playing more Geneforge Mutagen.
Yes, indeed. Welcome to the cozy town of Pentil. And you know what makes it cozy? They're loyal to the Shapers.
Ooh.
Because towns that are not loyal to the Shapers will be destroyed, making them most not cozy. You see, if you're not familiar with the lore of this universe, the Shapers create life, and they create these things, serviles. Well, you can't see what they look like because they're just... Welcome to isometric RPGs. But anyway, they created this race of servant creatures, and then had to abandon this island, leaving the servants behind, and they have formed into three sects. The Awoken, over here. The Takers, over here. And the Obeyers, as you might expect. The Obeyers are loyal to the Shapers, the Awakened want to have equal rights, and the Takers want supremacy the other way. I will be destroying the Takers today, and probably the Awoken at some point. And also on the island, we have another problem. That is the Sholai, which are a foreign faction that happened upon the island and is trying to steal the forbidden secrets of the Shapers. The Shapers abandoned the island and then barred anyone from going on it because it has dangerous and forbidden knowledge there. So, being very insolent, the Sholai took up residence within this research facility, and they were guarding the front gate. So I killed them all. I started with a wave of suicide thods. These things, they have acid blood and explode when they die, so I ran them up to their very expensive turrets, and then, and by turret, it's not like a mechanical turret, it's a plant that shoots thorns. But I had it stand next to those, and then the warriors ran over and hit them, spilling acid on everyone, and then they exploded, taking out lots of high-value turrets with, like, only a little bit of essence investment. And then, when they brought their mages forward, because there's only physical damage that causes the acid to spill out, I killed their mages with some Fabian tactics using a bunch of these guys. I had like 6 or so. And I just kept on spilling acid on them and retreating. And then they all melted to death before they could retreat back to their hovels. So anyway, I got into the interior here, and then I used more suicide thods in the cramped barracks to kill the guard captain and whoever else was like super tight in there. And then used a bunch of these guys with flamethrower attacks to, clear up the tight spaces, as it were. Then I got into the inner research area, and... Oh, what's over here? Oh, don't leave the region. What's here? Oh, that's a... Okay. So yeah. I got in here. There's probably still some things to collect in this area, because I haven't searched it super thoroughly. I just kind of stalked around the corridors, burning people to death. We're going to go back here, but first, let's go see the serviles, the takers. I was like exploring around this area off stream, and then I realized it would be very entertaining to do this on stream, so You stare out at the farmlands north of the city of Kazig. It is a bleak sight. The serviles here are tried hard to domesticate the land. There are thick rows of fruit bushes and fields of vegetables, yet the land is dying. It has been drying up and patches are dusty and barren. This can't be a natural effect, though you can't be sure whether the disaster is natural or Shaper related. I would have used a different word than natural in one of those instances, because it gets a little bit confusing. The serviles here are very industrious. To the north, by the river, the serviles have made crude irrigation ditches. They've also been dragging in dirt from other, more fertile areas. The serviles here are not fond of your kind. Defaced statues of Shapers line the road, warriors, blades drawn. Hunt the cropland for intruders. They will all be destroyed. Hi, Gabe. Here to watch some
chill game fans.
Some chill annihilation of the Insolent creations. This servile guards the road, the north gate of Kazakh. He is an old, experienced warrior, and his face bears the cold, calm expression of an experienced guardian. He nods to you, unimpressed by what he sees. His manner is businesslike. Shaper, I am Amena. I have been sent to greet you when you approach. You are at the outskirts of Kazakh. Fair warning, your safety here is not guaranteed. I am a Shaper. How dare you threaten me? You must know little about the Takers to ask such a foolish question. How dare ye? We are independent from you, and we will stay so, or die. Well, I can tell you, you will die. It is a mistake to threaten me, servile. We are not fooled, Shaper. You are powerful, but you are no god. If we swarm you, you will die. So be polite. That's, I gotta say, not fucking true. Maybe in the original game, but they have AoEs now. This doesn't. This is not the same system. Will I be attacked if I enter Kazakh? Yes. The guards are eager to greet you in battle. I doubt I could control them. They long for a chance to fight and slay a Shaper.
Hey, love to draw.
Welcome, welcome. Ready to watch some serviles burn? Yeah, okay, well. Let's see what the guards do. Oh, yeah, he is hostile, isn't he? Wow. How foolish.
Gabe says, needing a chill place to hang out at tonight after channel I follow canceled their stream tonight.
Just blast him. Yeah, in range. Alright. Oh, and there's more. Adorable. They have Servile Champion. Alright. See about that.
Love to Draw says, I have a story from work tonight. If nobody is squeamish about nosebleeds.
Squeamish about... Listen. Squeamish about nosebleeds?
We watch anime. We can't be squeamish about that.
Listen, if you're squeamish about nosebleeds, you got a problem, and that can be solved by someone forcing you to listen to a story about nosebleeds. I would love that big fire explosion just burned all their fields too. Alright, can I reach you? I can't. Can I reach you? Is that really true? I can't shoot you from here? I guess I can, huh? You probably can shoot, though. Maybe? No, I suppose you can't. Oh, no, you can. Okay. Good splat. Alright, burn him to death. Pay for your insolence. Okay. Oh, I can loot your corpse. Nice. Take your boots. Oh, the city is to the north? Is that what they said?
Love to Draw says, so I arrived a bit early and was getting a snack actually had taken a nice walk despite it being the day I get my shot for my blood condition. Life was good.
Kazakh is working hard to reclaim as much of their farming land as they can. They've been bringing fresh dirt in laboriously, a basket at a time. There are also plants from other regions of the island carried here in old clay pots. The serviles of Kazakh may be violent and strange, but you admire their persistence and ingenuity. They still have a long way to go, though. The crops are sickly and getting worse. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I know why, but I think it's the Geneforge itself is leaking. That's probably the implication, because the research lab is, like, uphill. But it could be something else. I fight for the takers. Oh, do you? Fool! Yeah, synergize. Oh. Burn.
I finished my snack and was standing up to toss the wrapper and go clock in. At that moment, in my right nostril, I feel that sniffle. And that sniffly sniffle that feels sniffy.
So you sneeze and then, like, blast blood all over the place?
There's quite an intense story.
Man, they're really all gonna try and fight me. I kind of assumed they would just be like, "Grr, we don't like shapers," and then let me in.
Blast off again.
Yeah, I kind of didn't expect them to actually try and fight me. I don't know. I don't remember them fighting me previously, but maybe they did. I don't know.
It's most unwise.
Yes. There we go. Yeah, they're like, oh, if we swarm you, you'll be doomed. But not really. Walk you over here. And so I'll shoot this guy.
I stiffed it back. I get mild nosebleeds all the time. Gotta clock in. I felt a clot go down the back of my throat, and Lord Jesus, it coming. Something quite a trail as I scrambled for the napkins.
I'm gonna turn on overload. Take care of this situation. Over here, overload you too.
Hey, Aura Honeydew, welcome to chat.
Phil comment. Can I shoot you? Maybe? This guy should be able to get a nice fire breath off. Oh, I guess not that nice, but something.
Yeah, Gabe says probably gonna be me next month once the heavy effects of spring hit. Yeah, that is a coming. Love to Draw says, thankfully, nobody was around, so one hand pinching my nose, shut with a wad of store-brand napkins, one hand wiping up my mess, I managed to clean up before having to change wads. Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, very nice. A skillful sorting of the nosebleed.
Real life anime man.
I'll move this guy up 2, and this should do it. Oh, I guess not. No, this should do it. Or this should do it. And so, impudent, foolish serviles tried to resist a shaper and were all burned to death, except for the one guy who was melted to death. The important thing, though, all dead.
Nice.
And no longer resisting. This is ridiculous. It says not yours. They can't own property. What is this guy saying? I am an agent. Purity. You meet a Kazgian. He has the mad, unstable look in his eyes you've come to expect a fanatic's eyes. He looks up at you like he could attack you at any moment. Attack you in a moment. If the whim struck him, instead he chooses to speak. Shaper, yes. Norrell said your kind would come. Now you talk at me. I am a gat. I am an agent. You call yourself an agent? Only a shaper can be an agent. An I agent like shaper agent are agent. Gnorrel find place where bad things happen. She talks to me and I go and solve problem. Oh, fucking. Okay. Well, I guess. I don't know. Should I just be like slaughtering them as I go, or?
Well, I wouldn't blame you. It's more efficient.
Well. How fucking weird. How dare you threaten me? I've already talked to you, though. So why am I not clear to pass through this area? Do I have to kill more hostile serviles? I wanted to go recover my stamina. It's like a person. So can't leave the zone to okay. Go rest in Pentil. You keep a tampon in with your pencil case?
The awkward as shit cart guy had just sat at my previous seat, and me being a backwards idiot no longer saw that as an option. From inside the break room, I called the desk and told them I'd be down. Soon I clocked in a half hour late, but I survived. Thankfully, I was able to go unplugged the rest of the night. Closest I've ever been to using the tampon, though. That's pretty goofy. Also, welcome to chat, Sketchy Drawer. I'm sorry I missed you. halfway like reading chat and halfway just looking for birthday presents.
There's a young female servile camped out here. She is small and nervous, like everything else in this barren place, covered with dust. She bows as you approach. A shaper, welcome. Welcome, shaper. I am Hugh. What are you doing out here? I like a peaceful life. I farm my tiny plot. I try to survive in this harsh place. I'd like to know more. I won't tell you. I hate shapers. Isn't it dangerous out here? Wait a second. Are you a taker? Why, of course, she has difficulty saying it. I hate the Shapers for all they have done to us. Are you lying to a Shaper, one of your creators? How can you do that? She grows upset, looks around, making sure nobody's listening. No, Shaper, you are correct. I am an obeyer. I am spying. I must obey a Shaper no matter what it costs, if it helps fight the evil of the takers. You're a spy. What have you learned? I know the takers are allied with the humans, the outsiders, the invaders. I don't know why. I know, though, that it has something to do with the control of the Geneforge. What is the Geneforge? I don't know. A powerful Shaper artifact left behind when you all fled. With time, I'll find out more. Any other information you can give me? In the southwest corner, there's a tower controlled by Toivo. Terrible name. Alright, I guess I'll go kill Toivo and take his secrets.
I guess so.
Thanks, buddy. I don't know what the eastern exit is going to be. I should have cleared this zone. Alright, if this zone isn't green, I'm going to start killing people until it is. It's not green. Everyone's got to die. Total servile death. Where's that guy who's going to warn me? Alright, buddy. Yeah. Let's fucking... enough of this. You. I'll kill you. Stupid. Burn. Burn. Really? Kind of surprised. Burn. There we go. Quite evasive. Devastating. Alright. Good. You be dead. And... let's see. Who else we got? The agent over here. Tell me about Gnorl. Leader of the Takers. A female leader. How progressive. Okay. Yes. How about you have some acid magic? Enjoy. And burn to death. Burn more. And we'll have a nice incineration. There we go. Fiery death for all dissidents. Who else we got? There's a farmer in here. Hello, farmer. You must die. Disobedience to the Shapers, punishable by death.
Sketchy Jar says, at my place I saw a seagull that took someone's whole churro. Nice.
Yeah, seagulls can kind of be...
assholes.
Yeah. I like punched a seagull that was harassing Trisha.
It was awesome.
Okay.
Affection raised.
Oh yeah, that's I get that. Is that what it was in the comic with the money?
I mean, we read 2. With
Yeah, no,
Lily.
it was the second one where they
It
had
was the second one, yeah.
Not yours, as if they could own property. Yeah, all of these creatures, all these like people around here were people in quotes. They're like AI, like ye olde AI, like fantasy AI. They're creatures that were created by the race of mages that you play as in order to do menial tasks. Who have unfortunately got it into their head that they have rights. And it is my job to remove them with fire. There we go.
And that's how we got here.
Oh, this has value. Put it in my junk bag with all the other junk. Okay, is this still gonna be a red zone? I mean, there's no one alive here now. It's still red. What? Why? I have killed and killed and... Oh, hey, you're alive. Please die. Is that enough? That's got to be the last person. Nope, still hostile. Okay. Look around for some more insolent rebels. Homunculi, kind of, yeah. Homunculi off the leash. They're all... Oh, there's so many farmers in the fields. That makes sense. You would expect to find them there. All right. Yes, threaten them. Burn. Yes, threaten them. Burn. So what was that about not fearing shapers? What was that? If they swarm me, I'll die. Swarm, you fools! Ha ha ha. Okay. You know, these are just innocent orcs. They're livestock, but in rebel lands, you never can trust the livestock. Burn them. Yeah, burn the orc. Oh, out of range. Yes, threaten. Burn the orc. Unfortunately, I'm too high level to get experience for killing all the orcs. But, I still can gain the satisfaction of slaughtering them. Should be maybe more serviles over here. Would make sense, I would guess. I don't know that I counted, but... Okay, let's see if that solves it. Can't leave the zone. Okay. Also, good vid, guys. Oh, thank you.
Yes, we'll have another one out for you next week, I suppose.
Yeah, I'll have to find more. There actually is one that I thought was could be funny. I like read I read the title and I was like, maybe it's not that bad. And then I read the description and I was like, it's that bad. But I haven't read any of it, so who knows? But I wouldn't mind reading it with Trisha. It's called, like, the description itself was pretty funny. Here, I'll read you guys the synopsis, and you tell me if this would make it funny.
There we go.
So I think it was called Million Times Attack Power. Oh, sorry, Million Times Attack Speed. Okay. Okay, after being reincarnated into the Tianwu continent, Yi Yoon activated the multiverse devouring system and received the reward of 1,000,000 times attack speed in the beginner's gift package. Also, beginner's gift package sounds like some mobile game shit. Like they're so hopelessly addicted to mobile games in China. They're like, even in their comics, even in their isekais, they have like mobile games. Uh, they have login bonuses and shit. From then on, he became an invincible powerhouse. As the saying goes, in the world of martial arts, speed is paramount. Do you think I was just picking my nose and cleaning my ears? In fact, I just executed 35,000 people with a single sword strike and 87,000 people with a single sword swing, while also unleashing various boxing techniques and secret martial arts. Okay, that's the description.
Nice.
You guys, you guys think that would be a fun, fun read along?
I'm sure that would be amazing.
Just like, excuse me, what? I just read that in like the JonTron voice. Ah, we have another dissident. Do you talk? Do you have like dialogue? No, you're just a farmer. Okay, well, let me show you what you get for disobeying your creators. Death. Now, are we finally done with this this shitty rebellion, guys? It's still a hostile zone. Why? Hold on. I do have a guide in one of my many tabs. Let me just tome opening sound. Find it. Ah, here it is. What's this place called? It's like Kazakh Fields or something. Kazakh Plains. Find spy in Kazakh Agat. I did though. Maybe there's like dialogue, like there's more dialogue I had to do. Let's see. So Agat was over here. So, no. You're a spy, what have you learned? Takers are... Any information you can give me? What do the takers want with me? Another question. What are you doing in here? Want to know more? Why is there a thing? I have another question. Dangerous. Are you a taker? They're dying. Another question. Dangerous live out here. Are you a taker? We do not observe hatred. Okay, that's gotta be all the different dialect trees. Maybe I just needed to exhaust those things? The guide just says find the spy Agat. Alright. At this point, fuck it. It's not gonna get fixed. I'll just... Well, I want to at least enter the city with full essence, so... If I could find an essence pool in the city, would be ideal. Go to Pentil to get rested. Oh, I do have much more. Okay, I wasn't sure if 38 was actually the cap. I wonder if the leader guy like wants me to check in with his spies. I have a quest, don't I? Hold on. What is this? Find Arth. I don't think the taker merchant is gonna want to talk to me. The invaders? Oh, okay. So, among the foreigners, there is a man called Trakov, and he fares the island. Okay. Not what I need to know. Tell me of this village, I guess. Rogues, bait. Okay. Probably no quest to be gained from him. So there's no like corresponding thing that has to do with the spy, I don't think. Or maybe there is, I don't know. So, oh, you know what? Kazakh ruins. Why don't we explore that first? Maybe that can be a green area, just to make it like more convenient when we're going in and out healing. These ruins were the largest settlement on Susi Island back when the Shapers were still here. It is a far larger town than you expected to find here. Far too large to be part of a small research facility. The buildings in this neighborhood have crumbled into ruin. The process was not entirely natural. They were looted and defaced by serviles. A vandalized statue nearby testifies to their handiwork. The dirt around Kazakh is dry and barren. You doubt it always looked this way. Blight crept along this area after Shapers abandoned the island. As you walk down the crumbling street, you start to feel nervous. You can hear servile patrols nearby. You doubt you'll get a friendly reception. Oh, nervous. Ridiculous. An armed, savage servile walks up to you. In his eyes, you see no signs of obedience or sanity. He is covered with scars, and his robes are torn and filthy. He seems to blame all of his problems on you personally. He points his weapon at you and says, "Now, Shaper, we take taker vengeance. You are slain."
Got him.
"You dare threaten me, servile? I will teach you to draw a blade on a Shaper." The mad creation howls at you. Okay. It is a scream of pure, futile bloodlust. Then he charges. Ridiculousness. Become destroyed. Two experience? Wow. That guy was talking a lot of shit for a 2 experience dropping motherfucker. Nice miss, nerd. Good shot. Put some acid on you. And, put an essence shield on you since you're going to be chewing through health. 2. You know what? Yeah, let's take that shot. Oh, that was a bad shot to take. Alright, let's go here. Ah, just not quite far enough. I think if I was more strategic, I would have gotten there, but... Fiery pounce. Got him. Oh, he's hasted. I can bite him too. Bite her, apparently. Alright. Another 2 experience. Wow, you guys are so tough. You're totally right. The true path is One of rebellion against your massively more competent overlords. I'm supposed to find Arth. A guy named Arth. This is open. I'm not going to use the living tools right now. Oh, well, you know what? I can check what's in here. Secret and forbidden power. Oh, indeed, there is. What is this? Essence lances. Hell yeah, gimme. I remember what that does. Hopefully it does something cool in the remake. That used to be this spell, like an AoE spell, kind of. You'd target an enemy and anyone near them would also get shot. Like you'd... it's kind of, I guess, like a cone, but you targeted a specific target, and then stuff nearby you would also shoot with the same spell. Alright, let's try out Essence Lances. Where we got it? Battle magic must be 2 to use this ability? Boo! No fun. Oh well. I wonder if there is a way of increasing my battle magic. Let me see. Without having to spend skill points, I mean. Battle magic. So I think you can only get trained in this game up to 1. Because I already have it I started at 1. And I checked all these crypts that were supposed to... Oh, the inner crypt. Okay, so if I find wherever the inner crypt is, some area, or if I use the Geneforge itself and completely rewrite my DNA to become more powerful. Alright. So no Essence Lances, unfortunately, just standard attack spell. Oh, right around the corner. Sneaky, sneaky. Blast you. Blast you again. Move up 2. Nice crit. And can I move up 2 and shoot? I can. Get acided, bitch. 15% of almost 200. It's probably sufficient, but might as well. 4 experience. Wow. Rolling in it now. Alright. Get melted. What do we got? Just random movie trap shop. Nothing in it. Fandy dandy-tastic. Now, I wonder... I could probably tank some of this. Yeah, that's fine. This is fine. Just throw an Essence Shield on. That's fine. What do we got in here? Some useless consumables. And what about here? Let's see. Oh. A shit ton of thods. Didn't see that one coming. Can I daisy? Nice. Let's walk you over here. Slap on overload. Walk you on over here. Slap on overload. And let's walk you like into the middle of it.
Who?
And use some of that. And melt it. Okay. What do we got? Create claw bug. Ah, fuck it.
Are they good?
They used to be good. Like in the old version of the game, they were very good. But they're like scorpions, so they're not that exciting to use. So it's kind of like, who cares that they're bad? You know what I mean? So like, you know, now they would be slightly better because I have an increase in the skill. They'll come out like one level higher, meaning like a little bit higher health. Is that gonna like make a difference and like make them super useful? No, not really. I think the first time I played through the game, I used them, but I don't know if this roamer is like actually useful. It's kind of fun to have him do the explosion attack, but he doesn't really like kill stuff. This is a Vlish, by the way. This looks basically how I remember them looking. They like have some debuff or something that they attack people with, like lowers the damage you do. And then Terror Vlishes, or no, it's a charged Vlish. They used to be Terror Vlishes. You would terrify things with them. Fragility Field, like, I guess that makes people vulnerable. They don't have an index for like what that means though. Oh, you know what? Vulnerable for 3 turns. It's not bad. Maybe if I was fighting a big scary boss, that would be good. Maybe vulnerable on like a random dude is useful. Meh, for like 14 essence. Maybe as like meh. Meh. It could be good. I don't know. It's an interesting idea anyway. Or just a cheap little 14. Sure, try something new. Searing Artilla. Why not? The claw bugs, they used to be much better because the action economy worked differently. They had 10 AP, and then the upgraded version had 12, I believe. And it costs 5 AP to attack in the old games. So you could attack twice. You could move a little bit and then attack twice. Now there's a random chance of attacking again if you have haste, and I think they don't even have haste. They don't. So like a Fiora has, you could add on haste as like a thing they have, innate haste. So they used to be better, now they're whatever, basically. Oh, and I can make a battle beta, so I guess why not, right? Throw some variety in there. Expensive as shit, but yeah, sure. 47 essence is plenty.
What do you think you'll be using on the final fight?
Definitely not this, but oh wait, no, it's Kazakh Ruins. Gotta find Arth and complete this quest that most certainly is gonna give me like no experience. Also, it's like the quest is to open up trade routes, and this guy's like gonna pay me to open up the trading again with this guy, but then I'm gonna murder him. So it's like, did he really get his money's worth paying me to open up the trade route with a guy I'm about to kill.
Absolutely not.
Kind of sounds like a ripoff, but hey, he hired me knowing that I was a loyalist. So always with your employees. Always check who they're planning on genociding. Sometimes it could be against your interest. Yeah, pick the lock. See what's in here. Is that worth it? I guess so. It costs 2 lockpicks to open a room that has 2 lockpicks in it.
Damn. That's some equivalent exchange right there.
And then I get a bunch of stuff I could sell. Does that make any sense? Too much of a pain that I actually pick up this stuff and like put it in my bag. Money is beneath me. So are the takers modifying themselves, or are they like anti-shaper stuff? I know a lot of them are like they self-mutilate themselves, and then what's going on? Oh, you guys want to fight? That's hilarious. Okay. Ridiculous, insolent creatures. What's this? Patrol leader. Okay. Damn. Man, does fucking everybody in the universe have that power? Everyone ever has mass energize. I don't understand like the balance thing with that. Okay, what's vulnerable do? Oh, I have to be vulnerable myself to tell what it does. That's incredibly stupid. Okay. Let me remove this from you, and then helium. And now let's see the battle beta. Use Bull Rush. So he stunned him and knocked him back, but because he's knocked back and you can't move after you use an ability, he just has to stand there in the open. Schmoff, maybe? Oh. Wow, nice aim, guys. Whatever. Acid it is. Burn him up.
I feel that. Sketchy drawer talking good about indie content, it seems. Yes, sirree. We're gonna give you guys some good content, right, Adam?
Yeah.
Good stories.
Not have to be edited to be accepted into the public. I don't know. Sometimes editing is good, but like so many times I've heard authors talk about changes that their editor insisted on that they weren't sure about.
Well, it's like sometimes it's their editor, I guess, but sometimes it's like what the publisher wants the story to be in order for them to publish it.
Yeah.
And that's like a whole other problem, you know?
Right. Well, what I was going to say is sometimes I hear people talk about changes and they're like, I wasn't sure about it, but oh, they were so totally right. But then I'm listening to the change and I'm like,
that's worse.
Yeah, that's a worse idea. And then like Trisha said, sometimes there's like changes that are just like based around saleability at the time that it's being produced.
Yeah, I mean, you look at a lot of romance titles, and part of the reason why they're so tropey and you see a lot of the same stuff over and over again is because, like, that'll be a recommendation for the publisher to like, have in there. They will tell the mangaka, like, hey, why don't you put in a second love interest, because we need more sales, and that's how it's going to get more sales. And
like,
then the mangaka will be like, oh, well, I wasn't sure about it at first, but, you know, I didn't want to write it that way, but...
So an example of that is, like, there was this author, I listened to, like, this writing podcast in hopes that I would get some kind of trove of knowledge that would help me write better. It was not the case. But one of the things they talked about, this lady that was like a guest was like super bitter because the year before, when she published her book, it did terrible, right? And the publisher was like, no, everyone's sick of vampires, so you can't have it be about vampires. You have to change the word vampire to another word. So she changed. So the publisher wanted her to change, instead of vampires, to daemons, like demon, but put the A first, so it looks like more ye olde and cool.
Whoa, yeah.
So they did it, and then Twilight came out the next year and sold super well, and then the publisher was like, yeah, your book's not doing well, we don't know why. And everyone wanted vampire stuff, and her stuff is not vampire stuff, so she went...
big swing and a miss there.
So she went to a new publisher, which... pitching the idea of changing the word daemon to vampire, because they drink blood and stuff. Like, they're vampires.
They are vampires.
They are just vampires, but called daemons. And then she did that, and then the book sold okay. Like, it didn't like make her career or anything, but like...
Right.
It actually sold copies, like some copies. But anyway, yeah, like...
Yeah, sometimes the advice is just bad.
But, you know, and also, like, not that, like, marketing isn't, like, important, because obviously it is. It's, like, what causes anybody to buy anything. And, like, you know, sometimes you appreciate marketing, because like, I really like this series, Geneforge. It was, like, my first RPG. I love it to death. I was, like, looking at the store page for the remake, and I was like, oh, yeah, or, like, I was not the store page. You're looking for the library page for the remake. And I was like, oh, I should play this. And then I was like, I scrolled down to the news, and I was like, oh, I wonder what, like, the updates are, what they changed, or, like, what they improved, if they, like, added anything extra or something. And then I see in the news, they're like, oh, we have a Kickstarter for the remake of the second game. And I was like, holy shit. I did not know this. Their marketing was not good. I am #1 fan of the series, and I never heard about it.
Yeah, right.
And, like, granted, I'm not checking their forums every day for, like, every, you know... So I'm not, like... actively trying, like, every day to know about it, but you can only...
Right, but you would want to know about it.
Yeah, and I didn't know about it, so they literally, if their marketing was better, they would have had a backer on the campaign, and I would have paid more than the release price. Like, I would have had a higher tier, because I enjoy the series a lot.
Right.
And I would have wanted to make sure that the stretch goal of add a new creation got met, because that's super fucking cool. I love doing the cockatrice quest, even if I don't give a shit about cockatrices. And I think whoever voted for that in the poll is a big dumb, and we should have had something cooler. The second choice of the poll for the first game, I was glad that wasn't the choice either, but that is the creation for the second game. And whatever. It's like a plant thing, and, like, I don't know if you guys have noticed the turrets that I blow up in, like, 3 seconds, but those used to be pretty scary. Maybe they're still scary. I don't know. Those It's like it's a mobile version of that you can plant in the ground, and then it becomes a turret for like a duration before it dies. Whatever. Neat. Hi, Arth. You meet a servile merchant. He looks far more civilized than the other takers. His clothes aren't torn, and he doesn't openly hate you. He does, however, look dangerously thin. Welcome, Shaper, he says. I am Arth. These are Taker lands. I can't talk to you for long. Colin Bakiri wants to know if it is possible to trade with you again. Tell him that it is possible, even if the roads were clear. Oh, tell him that it is impossible. Sorry. Even if the roads were clear, trading with the Awakened would result in death at the hands of the Takers. Okay. Are you a Taker? He looks around. Of course. How could I not be a Taker? It is the wisest path. It's the only possible path, and the Takers are just to visit swift punishment and all question them. All right. Well, that's cool.
I think he's lying.
Can I see your goods? You have anything good? No, you don't. You have all trash. Okay.
Love to Draw says, my friend strongly advised me to not have my villain be a shapeshifter who uses both male and female personas in his manipulation because it sounds like an anti-trans metaphor. Huh?
I don't know.
Wouldn't that be like wouldn't the argument be that that's like a gender fluid metaphor or something?
Yeah, I don't know. Your friend
How's
could.
that anti? I don't get it.
I mean, I don't know. Your friend could be right. I don't know. Who fucking knows, man? Yeah, I don't know. The case has been looted. Fair enough. Server mine is alive but damaged, beaten with sticks and rocks, leaving it mindless. You cannot help but be enraged at this cruel treatment of a loyal creation. Huh. Well, can I kill it at least?
Love to Draw says, I told him that's not my intention and moved on. Fair enough.
You can't even, like, put it out of his misery. Yeah. I mean... that's like a pretty common thing for a shapeshifter to do, is like turn into the other gender, because there's a lot of like social mobility with certain people with certain genders.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
So it does make a lot of sense. Should you be worried about people who would be upset that you're anti-trans reading your book? No. Should you be sketched out by, like, doing gender changey stuff? I don't know, I am. My first book is a collection of short fantasy stories, and I have a character. The character in that is the last story in the book is a shapeshifter, and he does change into a girl, and I treat the girl like how I wrote it. I treat the girl he transforms into as a separate character. Like I wrote that as a character to make it feel very convincing as a so how I wrote it as a separate person was going into this office and was meeting with this guy, and I had her act as though she was an actual person, like trying to accomplish the same goals as the character, as though this was like an alternate universe, something like that. Like I had that sort of thought in my mind, or maybe he's waiting in the car to be like, all right, what did you learn, right? And then, after I had finished writing it like that, I went back through, before I even started editing, well, it's still like in the writing process, added his thoughts where I had left extra space to add thoughts. I put his thoughts in there as like his internal thoughts playing as like a separate character, to make sure that it's like feels the most authentic, that he's like,
pretending to be someone else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that came out fine. In general, it's difficult to get much better and then look at your early work. It's also hard to see similarities between your early work and where you are now, because it's damned if you're kind of everything kind of everything can kind of feel like make you self-conscious, etc. Oh, I don't have a second one that has... Okay, I thought I did. But yeah, I would not worry even a little bit about what a woke person will think about your book. My protest with changing something to appease your editor, your publisher, to give it saleability is not... like I said, I recognize that saleability is important. My protest with it is entirely because I would like my work to be good objectively, like timelessly of quality. I would like someone to be able to read it, feel it separate from the world. Like when I pick up a fantasy book and I see a word or something slightly out of place, or I read something that could be turned into a dirty joke as by a middle schooler or something. I ignore it, and then I imagine it couldn't have been intentional, and it wouldn't have been intentional within the world and whatever. So I'm like fully immersed in the book as separate from the real world. So to take the considerations of like this whole woke garbage, it's only going to be around for like a couple more years, and then it's going to turn hard the other direction. People hate this stuff, and then mankind may never see another period of intense cuckery like we have right now. It may never happen again. With the amount of like historical records and like learning from history that is possible in the future, we may never see this horrible state of the West forced on us ever again. It's entirely possible. Considering the feelings of incredibly stupid people that exist right now will not make your work timeless or objectively good. It could only make it good in the eyes of people who I don't even think authentically like anything. Like in this like writing Discord I'm a part of, someone had an interesting anecdote where this guy showed up to her table and was like, "Do you have queer characters in your story?" What are you doing? What are you fucking doing? You were stopped by one of Kazac's guards. He watches the gate into the settled part of the city. He doesn't trust you a bit. He shouldn't. I'm killing people right now. But for some reason, he is willing to speak with you. Not now, I'm busy killing your comrades. I am Rosen, of Takers. Shaper, by rights, you should be slain for entering our lands. They're trying right now and failing. Go away. But order has been given. You can enter the city and talk without being slain. Clearly, not everyone knows. Word has gone round. You attacked no more. But watch yourself. One wrong thing and you die. Oh yeah? Who's gonna kill me? Another one of you idiots? Shut the fuck up. What a fucking... Let me... Oh, you are actually non-hostile now. Okay. Alright. You know what? Fine, you're right. Yeah, you let me go. Yeah, okay. Alright, buddy. Yeah, sure. How generous. me take your junk, sell it someplace. Fucking doofus. Ah, God. But
Strange interaction.
I would say I was like looking at like manhwa to read, and there's one that looked like it could be potentially like turbo based, but
Oh yeah.
it like potentially, right? It was like the idea that I oh yeah, sorry, I should finish that thought. So this guy comes up and he's like, "Do you have any queer characters in your stories?" And she's like, "Oh, I had this really close friend who was a lesbian, so I wrote her into the book. A mistake, but like you shouldn't. It's I would say taking pieces of characters or pieces of people that you know and putting them into characters is like 100% what you should do and what you do, what people just do. But to transcribe someone you know into a character is only going to make them not a good character. You can just make stronger characters than exist in real life.
Mm.
You could 100% do that. So just on like a craft thing, it's not going to be good. Not to mention if you have to kill the character, if you need the character to act in a way that would make sense within the context they're in, you might not want to or whatever. So take your money. Speech bores. Bitch. Take your coat too. In any case, I looked at this manhwa and I was going to check it out and I didn't. Because this was like an Instagram ad, right? So who knows? Maybe it's good, and maybe I'll eventually check it out. But it was like the idea this guy gains special powers because he can contact all of his past lives, or not contact them. He can summon them. So he summons a Spartan warrior in one of the pictures on the thing, and he summons this whatever. A Korean guy having Spartan DNA, not really, no. A Chinese guy, maybe, because there were like 30 Greek guys that went into China. But
banging bitches in China, maybe.
Well, if you've ever seen, I saw an ad for the oh god, I can't remember what it's called. It's that like play or that like opera that the Chinese separatists do. That's like anti-communist. They advertise it as China before communism.
Nice.
One of the characters that they highlight in one of their Instagram ads is the green-eyed general, the conqueror, the genius tactician, blah blah blah.
Right.
Within Chinese history, there are these characters called the green-eyed generals. They're supposed to be smarter than all the other generals. They're the best tacticians. They're the best warriors. They're better than everybody else. The reason they have green eyes is because there was like I think they were Macedonian, so not Spartan. But there was like a Greek battalion that they were prisoners, I think, and then they overthrew the boat that they were taken prisoner on. It crashed. They ended up in China, long story short. And then they were wandering through China going the wrong direction or whatever. And then they eventually happened upon some like Chinese people, and they were, or like a Chinese military thing, and they were like, "Hey, we're warriors. Hire us." And the Chinese were like, "Sure." And then they settled down and had kids and whatever. And so the descendants of those Greek guys would end up being several important figures within Chinese history who probably did actually have green eyes. But anyway, long story short, the villain is shown in one of the Instagram ad like pictures, and he's like a dude with a beard and like makeup and like dressed like a lady, and I was just like, I don't know if I want to bother with this because I don't know. I didn't know what their like narrative position was, and oh, interesting. You return to the village of Vakiri. The Servals are very nervous. They keep their distance from you, trying not to make eye contact. Uh, One of the guard approaches and bows. Welcome back to your village, mighty shaper. Word has come to you. Word has come that you have blessed the Obears. We ask your tolerance and forgiveness. The guard returns to his post. The Serviles of Vakuri desired independence, and they are very worried about how you will act. How you will react. Well, we'll see, won't we? We'll just have to see. Met Kazig in met Arth. Serviles and Kazig are hostile. It is not safe to trade with you. He sighs. Too high level to get experience for this, of course. And he gave me healing spores. Okay. Well, that's a quest complete. It's like the first quest I got in this game. Finally did it. Yeah. Anyway, I asked in the comments, right? I was like, "What's with that guy?" And then two people replied. One guy was like using gender neutral language, and like clumsily using it, very clearly afraid to say it's a man, right? And speaking nothing of importance, but essentially asserting, like giving me no information and just asserting that I just shouldn't worry about it and stop asking questions, right? While putting in like smiley faces and stuff, right? Using like the get more flies with honey approach of like trying to make someone feel awkward for thinking that there's something weird about a man with a fucking beard and a fucking dress on and makeup and being a goddamn weirdo. And then the second comment was, the villain in the series is a troon, which gave me all the information I need. Oh, reach the town of Kazakh. Achievement unlocked. Look at that. So, I don't know. I'll probably eventually take a look at it, but I wouldn't want to read through like a ton of a book and then at the end have it be like, maybe the real secret is the friends we changed the gender of along the way. Like, you know, like like I wouldn't want someone to just
drop that.
Uno reverse be a cuck at the end of the, like, as I'm like already invested in the book. Not that you wouldn't be able to tell along the way, but it's like...
There are definitely some that have shocked me. When it's just like all of a sudden cuckery is introduced.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, it's also... Some writers degenerate over time. Like, I read one book. Book was fine. Read the second book. His childhood friend was black, and it's like, I thought you were all like ninjas, bro. What? Like, how did he? What? He was just black. What? He wasn't black in the first book. It was never mentioned like what he looked like, which is a weakness in writing. I know like J.K. Rowling was like, "Ha, you could imagine anyone as black," but you shouldn't, because she does describe them. She's wrong, and the idea that not describing characters would be a good idea. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's silly.
I hate when there's like no description, no physical description of like what somebody looks like. It's like terrible. But Yeah, no, but anyway, so that series got worse with each successive book, which is not usually how it goes because you get better at writing, and it's not like there's some publisher involved, right? That's like making it worse because he wrote all three books at the same time. He wrote a trilogy, and then marketed it as a trilogy, having it already be done. So it was his fault. He had gotten worse as he went along. He'd gotten more cucked as it went through because we had a black character get added, we other things, and then his next series, he has like he has this thing where like women are better at magic, right? But he doesn't like he doesn't sort of balance it the other way. He kind of like he has like because sure if you want to make like women better at magic that's fine, but there's a lot of things that men can do, like kill people with their bare hands.
Punch women in the face.
So it's like, and the whole thing is based on light, like it's all this light magic, and he has this thing where it's like, oh well, because the magic shows up on your skin before you cast it, so it's like, oh, black people can stealth cast, and then he has this like black nation, they're all super advanced, and they all have guns. They invented guns, like black people in this universe invented guns. And then he's like, oh, and there's like fucking his like Mary Sue black guy is like, he's really big. He's the biggest person the character's ever seen. But he's also fast. He's the fastest person the character's ever seen too.
Fast.
He's so fast and stealthy and can dodge. And he's perfect. He's so perfect in every way. Also, he can shoot giant like blasts of magic. There's literally no flaws. And it's like, okay, sure, so black people can stealth cast because their skin is too dark for you to tell what they're about to cast. But if the whole thing is about absorbing light, right? Nobody's taking their clothes off to cast, even though it does come in through your skin and through your eyes. There's no mention of blue eyes being superior for absorbing light, which it is. That's why people with blue eyes can see better in the dark.
Yeah.
There's no mention of how lighter skin would absorb more light.
Yes.
Right? So they're like, see,
they're not balancing it. They're just giving him all the pluses with none of the negatives.
So he'll go out of his way to be like, women and black people are better than like normal people or whatever. But then he won't go the other way, and that kind of persists for like, that's like, I mean, that's the start of it, and it gets worse as the series goes on, but it's just like, it's kind of it was tiring from the start. The fact that I kept on
everything just derails.
Yeah, the fact I got more books and got more invested in it was a mistake, because it also that led to me kind of being very disenchanted with like fantasy for a while. Like I didn't want to try new fantasy series. I wanted them to be like recommended by to me, but I didn't really have anyone to recommend like great series or whatever.
Yeah.
Now I'm working on Wheel of Time and like Lord of the Rings and stuff, and obviously I knew Lord of the Rings was going to be good, but part of me was afraid to read Lord of the Rings because then I didn't want to not have anything to read after it. So, also Wakanda Forever. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
If a meteor of vibranium lands in Africa, I think we already know what would happen because they already had a nuclear reactor, a naturally occurring nuclear reactor in Africa, and they did nothing with it. They just looked at it and said, bubbly water. And, so we probably wouldn't have a real life Wakanda. Tragic. But
it is what it is.
You step into the city of Kazig for the first time. The response is immediate. Shouts of alarm, drawn weapons, farmers and children run for safety. Actually, I have to go to the bathroom. Could you read this dramatic entrance into Kazakh?
I suppose.
You could also just talk to chat.
Is this important?
It's not important. I don't care what it says.
Shouts of alarm, drawn weapons, farmers and children run for safety. You prepare to defend yourself. However, Before anyone ends up dead, a large servile in steel breastplate runs between you and your assailants. "Wait," he shouts. "Orders of a general. If Shaper not do crime against takers, Shaper not attacked. No blades, no threats. Shaper has business with us. Not yet foe. Back to business." The words have the desired effect. The Serviles slouch back to their business, casting dark looks back to you. The armed Servile approaches. "I, Eco Blade. You no friend to me. But we have business. Gnor waits in West Hall. She leads takers of free. Go to her. Fear a Shaper. One step wrong. One crime. Can I get a sock? We fall on you. We have no love of Shaper's only business." Eco turns and walks back to the massive stone hall at the west end of the city center. This whole introduction could have been cut in half, and it probably would have been better. That's a whole lot of unnecessary dialogue they just added in there. But, you know. We should get to doing the final boss sometime soon. It's already getting late. We spent 85 minutes just walking around, man. No good. I'm tired also. Yeah, in regards to the X-Men 97 show, I heard mixed reviews. Heard they went back on the whole non-binary character thing. They lost their nerve or whatever, and they fired one guy who was on the show. Don't know why. The rumor is he had an explicit account online, but I don't think that was actually confirmed. So who knows? But yeah, I heard it was okay. Can't say I am a big fan of the Rogue Magneto ship. I think that's awful, personally. And I would prefer not to see that, you know? So I was never gonna watch it from the beginning, but I will also not be watching it so that I can do myself a favor and not watch that. Not shipping that. No, absolutely not. You already have Rogue and Gambit that works, but you just decide, no, let's throw that in the trash. She's gonna be with a super old man now, who is a villain. What did I miss? What is the radioactive franchise that's in Dodge? You didn't miss much. You didn't miss too much. Although I'm not sure how long you've been gone. So I'm just assuming. The Magneto and Rogue ship, yeah, it's weird, was done in the comic, but I'll say not everything in the comics is gold. No, definitely not. There's like a lot of weird things that different writers try that don't work, and then other writers try to fix, and, you know, not everything is clean and pristine. Gabe says, well, so far it is mixed, but leaning more positive than negative from what I'm hearing. Perhaps it's one of those 6 out of 10 shows. Yeah, it's kind of sounding like it. It's sounding like it's better than average. I vaguely know one of the guys who worked on it. He also worked on, like, Kipo from Netflix or something.
Fear us, Shaper. I just killed like 30 people outside. What an absolutely unhinged warning.
Well, as you can see by the grammar, they're not very smart.
Yeah. From here, you're able to get a good look at the crumbling reclaimed city of Kazakh. Although it is barren and dusty as the rest of the region, is still a massive and impressive fortress. This must have been the administrative center for Susi Island back in the day. From here, all of the orders and directives which govern the colony emerged. Most likely, the decision to abandon Susi Island came out of here too. This may be a good place to obtain clues about what happened here and why this island was barred. If the takers don't kill you, that is, they're not going to kill me. Even the narrator's like, uh-oh. Old library? Oh. The Taker Vandals have destroyed much of what the Takers left here. They left this library alone. For some reason, they left these records intact. Though they have made no extra effort to preserve them. You browse through the records briefly. They are a mishmash of tomes, journals, and notes scavenged from all of Susi Island. Many are incomplete, and most are damaged. Practically all of them are uninteresting. Though these works were neglected for a long time, you find signs that the Takers have recently begun to read them. The Takers spent years descending into near barbarism. Now they're struggling to gain knowledge. What do we got over here? Interactable book. Hey. 25 experience. Not too bad. I think if I was being like super optimally autismo, I would not read any books until Susi Island's records, 2 workshops in Northwest for making tools and power spirals. They're called West Workshop and South Workshop. There's also a large mine crying stone. Interesting, okay. Alright. Trisha is discontent with this game existing. Let's talk to the... Sure. Let's talk to the leader guy. Wow, this guy has a unwise decision. He has a living explosive barrel next to him. These guys explode when they die. Wookie. Geneforge. An old servile stands behind this long table. She has been alive for many years, all of them hard. When she sees you the first time, she has to exert a great effort to keep herself under control. Part of her wants to have you killed. She is sorely tempted to just call the guards and have it out here and now, but she has other plans, so she controls her rage and hatred. After a few long moments, she gains enough control to speak. Shaper, you have come to us. I am Geneforge, leader of the Takers. Though I am the sworn enemy of your kind, I am strong enough to deal with you without rage. Come and we may speak. Want to know what's happening on the island? First you hear a story. Okay, I want to learn about the Takers. I'm glad. I'll tell you the story. Your servile delusions don't interest me.
Get fucked.
Watch yourself, Shaper. You think that serviles are bugs, but we can destroy you if you anger us. I don't think you can. I mean... Oh. Thought that would happen. Okay. Excuse me. I'm going into the powder room. This is an art gallery with sort of abstract sculptures. Alright, of course they have the abstract sculptures.
Yeah, sure.
Let me essence shield this guy. And, yeah, I mean, like... Well, I'll walk closer. Well, I guess I could just kill them all, right? Yeah, I am kind of curious, like... But you have 15 health? How are you talking shit? You're a lunatic. What the fuck is going on? Excuse me? I want to do this guy. Okay. Yes, yes. All of you become hostile. Geneforge is now dead. The leader of the Takers was eager to fight with the Shapers. This ending to her tale was inevitable. The only question was which Shaper would take the trouble to end her insolence. There's a key hanging from her belt. You take it.
Nice.
Get shit on. 90 points of fire damage. Jesus Christ. Okay, and I guess I'll blow up your exploding barrel, too. Oh. A lot of health for an exploding barrel. What we got? Let's walk one forward, overload, and take a shot. I guess... Yeah, this is the closest guy. I don't know if it's as super smart to, Okay. Let's go here, I guess, and then explode. Now you... let's pop this. Yeah. Acid. More acid. Good, good. Oh, I guess this would have been good if there's someone powerful here. Taker Elite Guard. Are you a Taker Elite Guard? Oh, they're all elite. Sure. Be vulnerable. I guess I could use, like... Yeah, use a spray crystal. Sure. Oh, we have a bunch of elite guards over here, huh? Let's, see what we got. Spray crystal over here. Aha, acid. Okay. Walk forward 2. Oh, he didn't explode. Okay. Neat. It's a decent amount of damage. Yeah, let's walk a little bit and take a shot. Okay, and I guess you don't have to move any closer, just take a shot. Keep you kind of tucked away. So, I guess move... Yeah, let's like take a full step back and then heal.
Alright, Honeydew says, I'm watching Owl House. Heard it starts off strong but ends annoying and gay. I heard it started off annoying and gay, but people hung in there because the animation was good. And then they were just like thinking, maybe it'll get better. But then it just remained annoying and gay.
Yeah, I mean...
And then the animation got worse.
It does tend to happen.
It's amazing how people will stick around just so long as the animation looks nice.
Okay. Guess I'll walk up here. Do that. Oh, did the good... Oh, the good Drake did die. When did that happen? Yeah.
Amphibia was decent, even if both that and Owl House are isekais that launched and ran at the same time. That was one of those shows that faded into obscurity and I forgot all about.
Alright. Time to have, like, actually good creatures. You're fine. I don't know what you do, so can't really use you. You're kind of interesting.
Is Amphibia about
too
gay
late.
frogs? Amphibia was done by the Gravity Falls crew, wasn't it? I heard the Gravity Falls guy was like, he cares a lot about like his shows, right? But he's also an unbearable douchebag, apparently. I wouldn't know, I never worked with the guy, but you know. Apparently, this is what people say. Oddly enough, they're in the same universe as in Gravity Falls. Yeah, I wouldn't expect that. Alex Hirsch is super cucked, but I like Gravity Falls. Yeah. I know he's cucked. Most people in the industry are cucked. But yeah, I heard he was also an unbearable douchebag on top of that. But he really cares about his shows. Apparently he like really tries hard to make them good. So there's that. There's that.
So let's killing the takers is one thing, but I guess we should meet the final boss. I don't think Trisha's gonna have the patience for another one of these streams, but I'll at least show you guys the thing. I don't know. I like went into the taker fight with just kind of random minions. If I wasn't like in a rush, I would like hand select who I used. Let's see, can I even open this? Okay, well, let me quick save. It's gonna cost a bunch of moving tools. That's a turret. Another turret. What are you? A Reaper turret.
Ooh.
Oh, you mean like
Reaper Book 1, The Cursed Castle, funding now on Indiegogo. Go get your copy if you have not already. We got 19 days left on the campaign, ladies and gentlemen.
Anyway, can I shoot you? I can. Okay, that was like a waste of a spell, I think. I thought Reaper turrets were supposed to have like a damage over time thing. Ooh, level 14. Oh, enemy visible? Come on. Let's... What the fuck is this pathfinding? How did you end up here? Come on, guys. We're really gonna consider that guy to be a threat who can't move, who's stuck in the other room? Go. 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 Okay. End the combat. Thank you. Now. I think this is probably the last level up I'll ever get in this game, so... Oh, I can't get another rank. I was assuming it would cost 9, but I guess I already got one. But that's... Getting more essence is worth it. 16? Yeah. That's super worth it. What else do I put it into? I don't know. We shall see. But definitely that for now.
Put it all into your muscles and punch them.
That's going to be the second game. They made melee way better. So you could really be... just 4 more levels and Adam will be street legal. Oh, because he'll be level 18. Okay. 7 living tools. Fuck it. What is going on in this fucking thing? Let me see. Is there anything important in his quarters? Like, is there a reason to be in here at all? Of course, because sword default. Fucking retarded. Okay.
Now, I'll say this regarding a lot of those shows that try for storylines later down the line, like the cartoons, the new age cartoons that try for doing storylines. I don't mind that, obviously. A lot of people who are in the animation industry now are obviously like inspired by anime and the classic cartoons like Avatar or like Ben 10 where they had actual storylines or whatever, right? What bothers me about the modern way of them doing it is that it's so non-committal. Like, they want to start off like everything is, oh, just a normal cartoon for reruns, just happy dappy, jokey wokey, every which way. Nothing serious is gonna happen in this show. And then, like, one episode, something serious happens, and then they go back to, ooh, jokey wokey. We're not going any sort of direction. This is like Steven Universe, and I guess Gravity Falls also falls under that category too. A lot of the new cartoons would fall under this category of, we want to have our cake and eat it too.
Well, I don't know. Maybe like the network is like, just make something like we can cancel you and then don't run reruns of, and then they're like,
well, there are those shows too, right? But you usually go in to the animation deal with the understanding of whether or not you're gonna like get an actual series, or if it's just gonna be for like a season and 2 for reruns, etc. And then it ends with the main characters fighting God. Yeah, right.
so this is the boss's like quarters, but I don't know that I need to get in there, to be honest. I know he has like a fortress or whatever. Is that here? The Geneforge. Well, that would be it. This is the main presentation hall of the research complex. This is where most valuable, most exciting creations and inventions were stowed. They were shown to visiting dignitaries, sometimes even the actual members of the Shaper Council. This is not a ruin. This area is still very active. You can hear the humming of crystals and power spirals and the growls of creation. The air is full of ozone. This is the center of the research core. Whatever Susia's Island's true purpose was, it is here.
Yeah, the American animation industry wants 0 to 100 way too bad. Yeah, right? I feel like it started with Adventure Time, but I don't even really remember, because I obviously stopped watching modern cartoons, like, somewhere along the way. But, you know.
You step into the main presentation hall. It's a huge stone hall with a high arched roof. The most significant and impressive discoveries were given their first viewing here. Even centuries later, the air crackles with magic. In the center of the room stands a lone figure. He's not a large man. He has visible muscles, but he is nothing like the charged, augmented behemoths you've seen elsewhere. His eyes are calm, not arrogant or deranged. This, at long last, must be Trakov. He is the leader of the Sholai who've invaded your lands, stole your secrets, and stranded you here. He makes no move to attack. He simply waves you forward. He is totally unafraid of you, considering the size of the massive, fierce creations that stand around the perimeter of the hall. You can see why. Are these battle gammas? They are. We finally get to see a battle gamma. Cryodrakes. That's what I remember. I remember seeing battle gammas. They used to be blue, but they would flash white, like glowing. When you get close to Trakov, I used to say Trashkov when I was little, but obviously that's like supposed to be a Y sound. You see that the augmentations he has received have strengthened him, but not maddened him. He is calm. He glows with immense power. All of it under admirable control. He nods to you respectfully. He tries to make you feel like a peer, even though he believes he has evolved far beyond your kind. I am Trakov, Shaper. Let me begin our negotiation by saying a few things. I only want to destroy you, invader! I like the first one. I will listen to what you have to say. Then I will pass judgment. Thank you for listening. I will not, or I guess he's like, I don't know, it sounds like a kind of like Russian name. Thank you for listening. I will not waste your time. I will admit all of the crimes. I will admit to all of the crimes I have committed. I forced you to land on this island. I want you to help me. When you hear what I have to say, I believe you will help me. Everything you have done to hurt or help my cause is now forgotten or forgiven. Now at last, we may begin on the path to power and justice. If you will help, will you hear my story? I'm ready to pass judgment. You must die. You know that this island is barred? Of course. But we also had no way of knowing that before our ships were stranded here. Justice demands mercy on that count. Okay. You killed my craft. But it was only a creation, yes? I smashed some of your property. I confess it. I apologize. However, it was a minor crime. This is accurate, but I was standing on it, buddy. Okay. The arts of the Shapers are forbidden to outsiders. And yet I have mastered those arts. Now I bring you a great opportunity. Please at least hear me out. Okay, I will hear what you have to say. Good. Now at last we may begin on the path to power and justice. If you will help, will you hear my... Okay, we wait those up. Tell me about the Sholai. There are many, many years ahead of you to learn of me and my kind. Time is short, though. Already Shapers are being drawn to this island. We must grab power, and soon. Okay, tell me the story. Tell me the story. Fucking tell me the story. There is much to say, but time is short. I will stick to the key details. We Sholai are a people of traders and explorers. We sail the seas and find new lands. I commanded an expedition to cross the Great Eastern Sea to find if there was any lands out here. We had a hard journey. Many were lost. My sailors doubted my command, but then, when we were close to utter ruin, we saw your land, your Terrestia. As we approached, a savage storm struck our surviving ships, almost sending us under. We were forced to land on this island. It was here we learned of your kind and your secrets. And then you learned as many of those secrets as you could. Who would not? I could not, despite my effort, to learn your tongue, but others did. They read your books and learned of you. And they learned how jealous you are. And they learned how jealous you are? What?
I'm not jealous.
They learned your secrets are not to be shared with how jealous you are. Does that make sense? Jealous, I guess. You could say miserly or niggardly. I don't know if jealous is the right term. They learned your secrets are not to be shared with anyone. You're a shaper. And you cannot understand how much a poor outsider can want what you have. What you have, you take for granted. To you, we were mere commons, unworthy to learn. And so I learned, and we explored, and we came to the Geneforge. Yes, you are commons. Yep. That. He holds up a hand. Fire rises from his fingertips. The air fills with power. Sweat pricks out on your forehead. Not so common anymore, I think. He lowers his hand. The power fades. I can do that too. That's the I started with that spell. commons who learn them are destroyed. We've read your books. We know you well. Yes, and I'll destroy you. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna destroy you, and then take forbidden power for myself.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds like a solid way of approaching this.
When I first found your research core, I was eager to explore it. Some of my people refused. They mutinied. I entered with those who were loyal to me. We found the Geneforge, but we could not understand your instructions. We could not understand the papers we found that explain how to use it. Most of them had been burned, so I had a plan. I had a shaper brought here. I confess, we kidnapped the shaper before you. His name was Gotish. We brought him here. He gave me some information and learned some himself. And he betrayed me and fled. But I still did not know all I needed to know. I needed a new shaper. What happened to the shoreline Mutna? I know where they are. They're east of Kazakh. They are not important. Okay. He killed some and some fled. Yes, I needed your help. If I am to use the Geneforge, you must be asking yourself, though, why should I help this outsider become so powerful? I have reasons. Will you hear me out? Sure, I guess. Well, more dialogue. I am glad. I know your people can hear reason. Sure. I would like to hear your arguments. I mean, I don't, but I guess I'm supposed to, right? First, I will appear to your moral side. You have wandered this island and met the serviles who you have seen the things your people have done. You have seen your people with fresh eyes. Your people do horrible things. Do they? I mean, You've come to see them as normal. I mean, what are these supposed horrible things we do? Wander this island. You treat the living things you have made. They are capable of thought, reason, pain. You make them your slaves, destroying them when they displease you. Yeah, I mean that's how your creations are. The other Sholai, they care only about the wealth and power your secrets give them. I have the wisdom to see the disease beyond. I am moved by the plight of the serviles and the other creations. I want to end their torment. How gay. I'm gonna kill you. That is the power of the Geneforge will give me the power to give the serviles equal rights. They shouldn't even have thoughts. This is our first mistake.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay. Safety from the doom the Shapers stumble towards, and power. If you help me, I will make you my second command. I will give you great wealth and power in return. You will help me make justice. You will help me remake the world, and in return I will give you more than your precious Shapers could ever give you. Do you think the Shapers face doom? When I go to so arrogant your kind are, you Shapers think you have control of your creation, yet what happened to this island when you left? To master the hordes of your creations you make, you need eternal vigilance. You can never make a mistake. Let me assure you, everyone makes mistakes. I guess. Look around you. This island is barred. Yes, I know that much about your people. This is forbidden land. Everything you have seen secret, and those secrets taint you. Kill me if you want. Destroy the Geneforge if you want. When you return home, you will know too much to be safe. The Shapers will want the secrets here to be buried. They will bury you with them. That is my argument. That is my cause. I wish your help. What do you think? You're an outsider and a mad one at that. I will not help. All right. I will not slay you. I do not wish the risk. But do not interfere with me either, or I will destroy you. If you ever change your mind, return to me. I will be here. Okay, well, what I'm going to do... First, I'm going to put an essence shield on me. And I'm going to put an essence shield on my pal over here. I'm going to buff myself. Apparently I'm buffing you, but, I mean, what else is new? Oh, no, not combat. And I'm going to talk to you, and I've heard enough of your madness. It's time to face justice. I'd like to hear your... your arguments? Oh, no, I want I want a funny dialogue. Okay. Time to face justice.
Well, good night, love to draw. We'll see you next time.
Good night.
Wishes you good luck.
Track of size. I had thought your kind could possibly assist me. Now I see I was wrong. I will kill you. Then I will kill all other rivals. Then I will continue on my own. I am sorry, Shaper. Come meet your death. Oh, wow. How devastating. You threw a javelin for 16 damage? Oh, that was the one I put the shield on, so that was a lot of damage, I guess. Okay, I got a lot of items. I should use them, you know? But nobody's close together, really. There's a lot of dangerous stuff far apart. Oh, you're not that strong. You're 140? You know, I think what I really want to do is come back here. Firestorm? That sounds fun. Oh, Airshock Crystal. If this hits, it stuns. Oh, there's two right here, so I'll stun these two. Stunned and stun resisted. Fine. I mean, I got so many of these items. I should use them more. Although I'm kind of thinking maybe I just want to put an essence shield on this guy. Maybe, yeah, I'll just do that. I used an item. I hope everyone's proud of me. I did it.
I am.
Making progress.
Congratulations.
Oh, he's got a lot of health. Good thing I brought acid. These guys probably do a lot of damage, I would bet. I can't see their stats, but... Alright, let's, maybe the most important thing is that I kill the Cryo Drake. Walk one apart. Just make him, like, tanky, right? Give him overload. Do one of these. Almost. Almost. I think... Let's try to kill him. Because if he does a cone attack, that's a big problem. And then your second attack, put into that guy. Alright, fine, fine. You can theoretically kill that guy. Well, it's too much to risk, right? So... Because he has the chance of getting 2 attacks if I use it on this guy. But he's not going to kill this guy. So... This creation's like dead, basically. Pretty guaranteed. But this guy could cone attack, so we'll give up the chance for a second attack and... Well, and miss, I guess. Kill. Kill. Okay. So now you're dead, more or less. But do what damage you can do. Now you need to hit Traykov, because... Nice, acid. And then this guy's the next big threat, so I guess acid on him. Okay. That's enough. 1 dose of acid is decent. So... need to... you know, I could... Well... Why not try and air shock these guys? Let's What is using an item? Doesn't really say, does it? But let's move one. I don't know. That can't be a bad cost. Stun? Stun resisted and missed. So I have enough essence for now. I'll group heal, I guess. That's like enough healing. Probably. Yeah, sure. Now you retreat back 2 and try and kill these battle gammas, I guess. That's a lot of damage, yeah. That's like adequate. Cool. And then can you hit that guy? Okay. That's probably about as if I walk you 1. Okay. So I figure backing up a little bit to reduce their accessibility to me is like probably smart. Can I shoot you from behind the bench? I can't. I can't shoot you at all. I fucked up. Ooh, the AoEs. Dangerous. Okay. Let's go for an air shock crystal. Oh, too bad you're not 1 square closer. That'd be a nice AoE, but this is probably fine. I'll do this. Stun resist. Yeah, fair enough. And then I'll Mass Restore. Not as much healing as I'd like, but enough. And see what we can do here. I should have backed up 1. I'll fix that here. Try and get out of that like blade storm thing he's doing. And then your second attack. Can you... Yeah, you can get both of them. Okay. Now you... back you up 2 there. And then... Better to minimize the amount of damage you can take by killing out the ads, I think. But I think probably what I need is to actually invest more essence in the creations to make this easier. Because if they all had the cone attack, I'd have a little bit more options, but they don't... There's like diminishing returns from having everyone have cone attack. But Sharkov leans back and laughs. Don't you know that I am not a shaper? I am greater than a shaper. I have gone far beyond you, and I will go farther still. The veins under his skin begin to glow fiery red. His movements become a blur. And with it, you threw a javelin? My guy's not the smartest. I think the acid that was on him, like, still chunking him for a lot of damage. That was like a nice acid. Alright, so... The AoE heal doesn't heal for enough to make this guy safe, this creation over here. But... It's enough to top up everybody else, so I go for it. I could also drink a thing to restore my essence first. Why don't we do that? I'll restore some essence so that in case I need it later, and then I'll just do Mass Restore. And blast him. And blast him again. And then I'll back up again with this guy because I don't want to be caught in the AoE. And blast him. Nice 80 damage. 75, nice. And back you up another 2. That gives me, yeah. So if he gets hasted, then nice. Back you up. And back you up another 2. Take your shots. Oops. Should have backed up. Traykov is starting... Oh, he's flashing like the battle gammas used to. Oh, yay. That's what they used to do. I don't know what this is called. Oscillating? Traykov is starting to look like a nightmarish mess. His glowing blood runs down his arms and legs. His hair stands on end, and lightning crackles around it. The essence within him is starting to consume his body. Part of your mind quietly notes that proper Shaper training would have given him much better control. He howls, "Surrender! Submit to me! You will have to submit! I came to save you all. The Shapers will lose control otherwise. Don't you see that? I will save you!" Oh yeah, the next game there's a rebellion. So, I don't know. I guess he knows what he's talking about. Oh, shit. Oh, man, I had to skip my turn. Because I got stunned. Oh, I probably should have, like, equipped different stuff for this fight, too. I'll probably redo this fight off stream. Because I might want to do things before I fight this guy, but you guys can see the end of the game, I think. And Traykov falls to his knees. He raises his hands towards you. "No! Why? I could have given you... Wait, I..." And then he dies. The invader, the thief of your secrets, the man who killed your craft and stranded you here is destroyed. He collapses to the ground, slain. The failed would-be Shaper is dead at last. His body dissolves into a frothy pink goo. The thief of your people's secrets has received justice at last. Okay. What'd he drop? Shaped blade. I picked up one of those earlier. It's not like super crazy. They came up with lore for this later where they were like, oh, the Shapers have like living metal that they shape into weapons and it's super expensive. But that's a ass-load of damage, I guess. It'd probably a lot more if you had melee skill. 25 to 117. The Drakes, when they're like powered up, were doing oh shit, there's so many more fucking things. I did not expect that. TBH. Oh boy. Okay. This is probably fine though. Let's do this. Stay calm and hold position. Guys have a fuckload of health, huh? These guys can hit already, so there is no being calm. Oh, this guy, I didn't see him. Okay.
Did I miss anything good?
Nay.
Nay.
Oh, I'm not close enough to get the last guy. 50 resisted. What the fuck? Oh, they have 1,000,000 resistance to everything. Radiant Roamer. God damn. I don't remember those guys. Or the Hardplate Clawbug. That's like more advanced forms of creations. Interesting. Fair. Increase your damage slightly and then take a shot. Are they fanning out? How did you get another turn? How did you... Those like old... Are those the claw bugs from the first game? Before the remake? Well... yeah, I want to redo this fight anyway. I feel like I could have beaten Trykov with a greater margin.
Just beat him harder.
Yeah, no, I think I definitely could have. But oops. Yeah, that'd be the nice AOE. It's so weird that I didn't level up from that fight. Did I not gain experience from killing his other creations? I guess I didn't. What? That's so weird. Okay, so the essence... Oopsies. The essence that I drank on my turn should give me the ability to use some of this stuff. Can I do that? No. A little bit like cheeky, but we'll see how this goes. What do we have here? I can totally back up at least one square and still get a good shot. Yeah. Haste. Get blasted. That was a little lucky, but still, get blasted, bitch. Yeah. Fucking kill all 5 at once. Eat shit, nerd. You gonna live through this? Nah, you're not gonna live through this. Okay, that's fine. That's why we build more than one. These guys are just like super resistant to like everything except for physical. Oh, 8 damage? Suck my dick. What the fuck is that about? Yeah, 80% resistance to everything that isn't physical. So what do you want me to do? Run over to them and slap them? Stupid. Stoop. You know, you'd think you'd run into a wall like that earlier in this game, but I just haven't run into something super... Although for stuff that's super, like, magically resistant, they're still getting shit on, so... You know. Yeah. In any case, there's no consequence to just leaving and coming back, especially since I killed Trykov. I could just I could just leave and come back to go fight these guys, and it's super doable to escape. So I'll throw this guy in there. Run over here. Cast a Essence Shield on myself. Yeah, and then make a clean getaway. Yeah, still have half the shield remaining. Don't even need to re-up my buffs. Eat shit, nerds. I'm out of here. Gonna come back with specialized creations to blast you. So anyway, we killed the villain, and
Yay!
yeah. I think I don't want to kill him though. I'm gonna load, not kill him. I'm gonna go and fight through Kazakh, probably. Like, kill the guys in Kazakh, and then...
Good night, Jen. Gabe. Good night, Gabe the Jen.
Yeah. Good night. Random recommendation, Samurai Champloo. That's, like, pretty decent.
Yeah, everyone knows of that Adult Swim one.
Yeah. It's got, like, a nice... It's got the best vibe, I would say, out of, like, any anime.
Yeah.
Even Cowboy Bebop. I would say Samurai Champloo does the vibe better. I think
bad about the rap, though.
Oh, like the intro?
Yeah, I mean, they work it into the show, too, with the transitions. They do the record scratching and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a little bit odd for a samurai anime, for sure.
Yeah, but it works for that show. If there were copycats, I would hate Samurai Champloo for cursing us with that, but it's like fine. I wish Cowboy Bebop like was better. Cuz like you could see that I think a lot of people and everyone's guilty of this with so many different anime. I don't know what it is about anime that makes people like believe in the potential more than
what it actually is.
than what it actually is. Like people are guilty of that with anime more than anything else. I don't know why, but Samurai Champloo, or no, sorry, Cowboy Bebop has this like amazing potential of a chilling in space, the the cool vibes of like space cowboys, like the chilling in space, going on random missions on random planets, earning double dollars.
Yeah.
It has this
and that like kind of 80s, 90s feel
Yeah.
to it, despite it being futuristic.
Yeah, there's like so much of a fucking vibe there that I feel like I could do better with. Like there's a lot of stuff that maybe people think are like integral to the show that if I was going to try and capture that like space vibe, I would cut out.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not exactly a lover of the dog or the kid.
Same. I think the
I
dog
feel
and
like
the kid
the show would have been better without them.
I like that he has a hot space girlfriend. Like
Yeah, sure.
I do like her character existing and like her kind of frustration with him or whatever. It always feels like it's on the brink of the next episode is going to be really good. And then I watched every single episode and I was like, there's no more. That's it. People are super enthralled with this. Spike's secret backstory is not that cool. The how they depict Spike episode to episode is like they do this thing where they're trying to make they do the Worf effect and they only have one guy. So like he and I like if you have your character be too strong, nobody's interested unless you do it really well, like One Punch Man or something. You have to really do it right, but they don't. They do the opposite thing where they're trying to make everything really gritty. Like if you've seen Escape from New York or Escape from L.A., yeah, like they have this thing where they have the main character get beat up all the time, and then he doesn't get a chance to ever really be very cool.
Yeah.
But everybody like kind of treats him like he is cool, or like the narrative treats him like he's cool, and people just don't know.
You
like
gotta show more scenes of him actually being cool.
Yeah. And then they did the movie, right? Where they introduced the characters again in that convenience store scene.
That was a good scene.
As really good
Very
scene.
Very iconic.
It's so fucking good, but it's in the movie, and it's one... If they had done that every episode... Yeah. I know the animation is a lot, right? You can't do that every episode, but they've done, like, a cute scene like that every episode. Like, that was what the show was. It's like a mix of like cool space action, cool chilling in space with your space girlfriend, and the ship being a piece of shit. That is because the ship looks great to me. Ship looks great, but then Jet, that's the name of the pilot, right?
Yeah.
He's Jet.
Jet Black.
Yeah, who is not actually black.
Who is not actually black. But Netflix has no idea what the fuck they're doing.
I'm terrified to name any character with a last name Black.
Yeah, because fucking Netflix.
Because like. You know, like
everyone whose name's Black is coded black now.
So anyway, Jet Black, he's always complaining about the ship being fucked up and how they don't have enough money. And I think that trope of like, oh, we don't have any money, we're doing all those random jobs. What? We didn't make any money on the last job. No. That gets really annoying. I rather the manhwa fantasy thing where they like are always getting all this money and shit. I would rather that than like them just not make any money. I would almost rather them have a spending problem where like
oh yeah, they blow it on like shit that they don't need or something, Or like big guns, but they don't actually fix the problems with the ship.
Yeah, something like that. Or it's like, or like let's say, like it would be funny if like Jet had like a wife back home, and then he's like, don't worry, baby, I'll give you a moon. Like, you know, like the song, I'll give you the moon. So he really buys her a moon and terraforms it, and then he's like making these like crazy payments on it or whatever. So like so much of his money goes to that, and then it's like oh
My
man,
baby gets whatever she wants.
and it's like and then it's like, oh man, that's so much money, and then like they make all this money. He's like, oh perfect, and then he calls his like they just he just left like seeing his wife or whatever,
Right.
and then she calls him and is like and then he's like, oh baby, don't worry about the payments on the terraforming, we got a big job. And she's like, oh that's great. He's like, oh we're expecting. He's like, oh we're expecting. And then it's like,
oh yeah.
and then like then the next episode they leave it for a bit, then like it's like, oh it's gonna be sextuplets or something, and it's like if you want them to be broken or whatever, it's just the conveniently having every job somehow not pay them any money. It's like it gets a little bit I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do kind of like the vibe of like, we've got to do more jobs. We have to work. Like it's not just because we want to.
Keep up the grind.
Yeah, I got to keep the plot going. I
mean,
like
I
that.
imagine that like repairing a spaceship would be super expensive. So.
Or they could do something like they did this a couple times where they did something really cool and then it cost a lot of money because it broke a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, right.
But like if they crashed through the front window of a giant spaceship and then fired their main guns like into the guy and like blew him up into a million pieces, they're like, fuck yeah, high five. And then it's like, and then their ship is like super busted from that. And like,
that would be pretty funny, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and then like whenever they cut to commercial or they the end of the episode where it's just black and it says "See you, Space Cowboy," that fucking gives me so many feels. I love that. I love that little like end thing. I don't know why it's so impactful, but I fucking love it.
Yeah, it's something you don't hear very often unless you're watching Cowboy Bebop.
They never say it in the show, I don't think.
Yeah, but they have it at the end, of course.
Right.
Where else are you gonna see the word "see a space cowboy"? Bebop crew, like they're Team Rocket if they were the protagonists. That's a funny way to put it, yeah. But yeah, obviously the Netflix version, I never watched all of it, but that first episode alone was horrifically worse than what I had seen of Cowboy Bebop. And then I only hear that it gets worse and worse as you go into the series. So I'm glad that I stopped at episode 1, made a video just about that, and, washed my hands clean of that disaster. My goodness. I'll be honest, I don't even think that the Netflix's One Piece is that great. I think it's just, like, so much better than this other stuff that they produce, which was already a low bar. And I think that's why people are so, like, wowed by it. They did manage to make, like, the characters fairly likable, I guess. But yeah.
I think I would probably like the manga for Cowboy Bebop if it exists. I don't know if it
Yeah, I don't know, because
anime.
it was around the time when they were just, like, making...
Just straight animes.
Yeah, let me look it up, actually. Maybe there is a manga series
Especially
that continued the story.
Especially if it went further.
Yeah.
They had the nerve to say they improved Bebop. Yeah, that's pretty fucking retarded. Yeah.
Let's see. 2 Cowboy Bebop manga series adaptations have been released. First manga series titled Cowboy Bebop Shooting Star. Ooh, cool. And it was serialized before the anime series released.
Oh, cool.
Collected into 2 volumes in 1998. The second manga series, simply titled Cowboy Bebop, was serialized after the anime series. It was 3 volumes. Both manga series were licensed by Tokyo Pop for release in North America. So I guess you could check those out.
Yeah, maybe they'd be good.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe they have what you're looking for.
Right now, I'm like, I'm going through like Freerun. I got like 3 kind of like tabbed up that I'm like manga that I'm reading. I'm reading like a million different manhwa,
Yeah.
but one of them is like really good. That I'm like reading other less good ones while I'm waiting.
Just to pass the time.
Yeah. I have a bunch that I'm sure that I'm like charging up chapters and I'm just reading this like okay one. It seems like it's getting slightly better with each chapter, but it's like pretty not amazing. So it's like you could see the writer's skill is improving. Doesn't seem like his art is improving. Seems like
That's tough.
Seems like the first chapter the art was much better. And then it was like, all right, so that's the pilot, and then the rest of it seems to be like kind of lower effort, but it's to the point where, you know, I guess that's like the meme with like Asian whatever, but like all the characters look the same. Not all of them, but there's like maybe 3 characters that I only understand who they are through context because they're not super consistent like the main character.
Nah, I definitely run into that problem with like amateur people making stuff where all the characters or some of the characters look identical to one another.
It's kind of odd because they have color. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, right.
They could.
You have the ability to like color palette everybody.
And you know, I was like, oh, maybe they're doing it very grounded. Everyone does have like black hair. They don't do these like super shades of black that you see in like manga where some people are even like brunettes and stuff. Or the where there's the colored hair comes in, right? They actually do have one of the characters that has blue hair, and then they show a flashback. She's a kid and she has blue hair, but for most of the characters they don't have colored hair, so it's like. Yeah, and
you'll remember the blue hair one.
I kind of like the idea of doing a modern setting with different hair colors, but I wouldn't do the crazy vibrant hair colors that people dye their hair. I would want to like really think about and select the hair colors, because whenever they do the bright red hair, that looks right. It looks real, right? Even if it's not a real hair color, like actual red, not like bright orange. It looks real. It can work. Bright blue looks super fucking fake. Bright purple looks super fucking fake. And that's fine for like a sci-fi cyberpunk thing, but if you're doing like modern with like magic and whatever, I think when people do the kind of not super vibrant pink, it looks like real. And there are people that have almost pink hair that are like strawberry blonde.
Your like imagination can kind of convince you that it's a type of ginger hair, like you said, a strawberry blonde or like a mix of like red and blonde.
Some people kind of have pinkish hair because it's a mix of orange and blonde is like the pigments that are coming together, and it kind of looks pink.
Sure.
But yeah. In any case, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Oh wow, we went later than I thought we did.
Yeah. We really stuck around for a while.
Yeah. And yeah. Oh, the game map is still up.
Yes, it is.
Let me show you Reaper Book 1.
Now funding on Indiegogo. 19 days left. Go get your copy if you haven't already. Link in the description.
So, how big are the boobs of the love interest that is not in this book?
Big boob.
Big?
Big booba.
Real big?
Yes.
Okay.
Love to draw a nose, go.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Blood shotgun.
Gushing blood.
Good. That's how we like our boobs, right? Don't worry.
Big boob.
Soon.
Yes. Soon.
And you
Just
won't
hang in there.
You won't
Just like her boobs.
Well, they're hanging. That's not good. Jesus, you guys. Enough to send a shirt button flying at Mach 1? Mach 1? Mach 2? What are we talking? There's no buttons. It's like medieval, like German aesthetics. I don't think they have buttons. Maybe they have buttons.
Maybe they have buttons. I mean, I've seen dirndls with like the
Oh
metal
yeah,
buttons.
yeah.
On
That's
their
this
clasps.
is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if there were buttons, we don't know if they're buttons. Yeah.
Just ripping the stitches.
Yeah. I guess.
Ichabod deserves it. Yeah, he's been through a tough time.
Yeah.
He needs a big booba.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out, guys, and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back Reaper, and
We'll see you on the next Game Fan stream. Try to figure out what we play next. Maybe we'll do a poll or something.
And you guys are all cozy on YouTube, but if you ever feel like you don't want to be on YouTube but you want to watch us anyway, we are on Rumble. So
Yes. And feel free to join the Gilded server.
yes, hop in the Gilded server and chitty chat with us.
Hell yeah.
Is he running in his sleep, but he's got his back
Yeah.
legs? His back legs are tucked under his head, but he's running in his sleep, so he's like just kicking himself
Knocking
in the head.
himself around, yeah. Oh, he was so cute earlier while he was asleep. He was like flicking his ears around. You ever seen him do that while he was sleeping?
I've seen him do that a little bit. He was like yelping in his sleep or whatever, and I woke him up and he was like wagging his tail super fast into the
Aw.
couch. He was so happy, and he was like,
What a good boy.
Oh, you woke him up?
He heard good boy and he got excited.
He's like, are you talking about me? You can say most things, but if you say like the specific words he's looking for, like puppy, or he doesn't look for dog. Like he's not listening for dog. But he's listening for puppy, Gurgi, good boy.
It's okay, buddy.
Hey,
He's
buddy.
not calling for you. Yeah, he hears his name and he's like, that's me. I want to be involved.
Don't kick the computer, Gurgi.
Alrighty.
Anyway.
Well, thank you everyone for hanging out. And good night.
Good night, guys.